How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's me, NOOCH. Hey, Thomas. Hey, I was just changing my t-shirt. I was in I was in a little department store, and it was like I was like, oh shit, look at all those college t-shirts. Wow, they're so cheap. And I got a card for the store. I could get like 10 times more gear here than I could get on the internet. And the internet, I got the cheap shit already. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. Well, I knew. Joke's on this guy. I went to go look at the Alabama in the mirror, and there's nothing on my chest. It's like the Alabama's printed on like my abs. It should say like Alabama. What the fuck? Little low, little low. I'm not a high shoulder guy anyway. I need the Alabama where it should be. Oh, how you doing, Thomas? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, buddy. I'm going to start nice and I came in a little later today, a little later. I'm keeping myself under wraps till we get everybody in. We got people that I spoke to definitely coming in. So we're gonna do everything the right way. I got you first, Thomas. You know that. A lot of my friends were like, "Hey, Nooch, can you start a little later?" All right. Let's go. What do we got? Oh, I love these fantasy star sits. Hey, Thomas, if you could, because like sometimes I have someone that helps me and sometimes I don't. If you can, hey, Darlene, how you doing? If you could, guys, whoever's in here, hit the like definitely and share this on Twitter and stuff, my live stream, and be like, he answers fantasy start sit questions and encourage them to hop in my live. I like to get people, new people, and I wasn't the guy who funneled them in. And my actual guy is working today, like real life shit. And I could use a little. I'm trying things anyway, and I want to grow. So we'll see what happens. All right, Thomas, what do we got? Let's talk. I like when people come in early, we can really get to talk. And let me look at the rest of your roster too, Thomas, and let me know who you have. I never get to ask like individual people, but I'd like to know these things because I speak to you so much. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I wonder who Thomas has. All right, Mixon or Madison? Yeah. You know what? Before I read the second line, Thomas, I'm also leaning Mixon. Joe Mixon is Mr. consistent running back. I don't want to jinx him because the last guy I said that about was Chubb, but Chubb's a little better. But Joe Mixon's a consistent good back. Madison, he had a flash in the pan decent game last game maybe when they played well and beat the 49ers. But a lot of times I look at Madison and I hoped for him to do well, and he does. I don't want to say he's a letdown, but he's not such a guy where you're going to bench Joe Mixon, put it that way. Hey, Johnny boy, how you doing? We got everybody coming in today. We're going to make some bets. I tackle these bets like I got a vendetta for the Sportsbook. We got bad weather games in the East. We got rain in Giant Stadium. We got to find out where to get the FanDuel. It's going to be 27 degrees in the Kansas City-Denver game at 4 o'clock today. So we got a wacky weather forecast all over the country. Ray Smith. Who's number one? Me? Oh, yeah. I want to tell you a couple things I'm looking at today. I always got a monologue ready. Like I don't even care. As long as a couple of my friends are in here, I'm always happy. I created this shit for the lifers, the lifelongers. And I was like, yeah, guys, there's about 30 of us. I'll make this lane and we'll have a fucking blast. And then my friends are like, Nooch, there's a thing called YouTube. Go on. So now here we are. We're almost at 1,000. I want to talk to you guys. Ready? Here's while you guys are thinking here, this is what I'm looking at. Where the hell? Oh, that was last week's. I got a couple things that I'm really talking about. Okay. I have a huge dilemma in fantasy football right now. I'm in 3 leagues. In my own league for friends in fantasy, I'm 1-6. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And I have a problem that I'm looking straight at right now. He's one of the reasons my team is losing. I love him as a player, but my common sense says something's wrong. I don't know if there's something wrong with him. I don't know if there's something wrong with the way the coach, the way his plans are, his role on the team. But Devontae Smith, man, I don't know if anybody else has him. I got him in one league, and I'm suffering because of it. I don't have time. I don't have time to start Devontae Smith again today. I'm sorry. Now, here's my options. Everybody's got a different team. On the team where I have Devontae Smith and DK. DK and Devontae. I got to take Devontae out. Now, I got Terry McLaurin. I got Downs. These are the receivers because I got 2 flexes and 2 receivers. These are the receivers that I think are going in ahead of Devontae. Ayuk, 100%. McLaurin, I think so. DK, yeah, because I'm not benching DK. So, and then, yeah, I think Devontae Smith's got to go down today. I'd rather put Nico Collins in. 100% Nico. But I meant to say Tank Dell, the number 2. We got to take a hard look at this. So the exact slot that I'm actually doing, this is going to sound crazy. What do you guys know about Josh Downs? Indianapolis Colts, wide receiver. I don't know who plays. I don't know if you guys play weekly fantasy. See, I do a little thing now. I love my fantasy teams, but just like you gamble on the sports book, you can play weekly fantasy through DraftKings and stuff like that. And you pick your roster, and each guy has a price next to them. You're allowed to spend like 30,000, and each guy is worth a certain amount. So you can't just pick all the guys that are supposed to be the best. If you want to pick up a receiver today that's been coming on in my eyes, Gardner Minshew loves him. His numbers are actually better with Gardner. I would take a look at Josh Downs today, guys. I would take a look at Josh Downs. Take a look. Yeah, I'm having a tough time. I want to go over right now. I want to take a little dive. And look at Devontae Smith's numbers. I got such a bad taste in my mouth with Devontae Smith. I already got him on my bench. Okay. Right now I got DK and Ayuk as my receivers. And in my flex, I got Josh Downs and Terry McLaurin. I don't think I'm changing it. Let's see. I love Devontae Smith, but I'm smart enough to know something's wrong. Oh, shit. He's right on the fringe. He's got fucking Jarvis Landry numbers right here. Excuse my language. Devontae Smith's last game, 4 for 49. That's almost like getting a tie when you're trying to win or lose. Ugh. The game before, Devontae Smith, 5 for 44. Another tie. Ugh. As far as like I wish that I could look at this guy and see like boom or bust, shit or super. Ugh. This guy is so teetering on the fence of nonsense that I'm getting him off my starting team just because of that. Just because I can't figure him out at all, I don't want him in my roster today. You know what I notice? When you do good in fantasy, you got to have all high floor guys. Like, if you got guys on teams like last week, I loved Slayton, and then I reviewed myself. Why was I off on that? Because the Giants are an inconsistent bunch. We don't know what's going on over there from week to week. They got a very Patriot-like offense, the New Jersey Patriots. So I'm gonna stay away from these weird teams. Like, you got solid, like when you have a fantasy team where all the guys are solid. I'll go to my other league where I feel like I cannot be beat. It's a different feel. This league, watch. Lamar, my quarterback spot has been my weakness. Lamar's coming on now. Lamar's my quarterback. My running backs are Breece Hall and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's always in the mix heavy, and so is Breece Hall now. So you see what I'm saying? You feel good about it. Guys, like, subscribe, all that shit. DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. That's my fucking picture. That's my picture in this league. I'm so confident right now. You ever see that picture of them in the weight room with their shirts off? College teammates. I got AJ and DK. AJ Brown is going for the NFL record today. He's tied with it right now. AJ Brown and somebody else have 5 games. Well, somebody else was years ago. Right now, currently, AJ Brown is on a 5-game streak of 125 yards or more. So that is amazing. That means like Cooper Kupp's never done that. Like Tyreek never even did that. That's crazy. So AJ Brown, top-notch receiver. Metcalf, he's been a little off, a little hurt, but he's fine. He practices when he wants. He tells Pete Carroll's a player's coach anyway, and DK basically tells Pete what to do. Like fuck off, Pete. I'm not practicing today. But he's ready. He's ready today. Ingram is my tight end. Listen to this, guys. If you guys have not been paying attention, Evan Ingram is like my silent MVP of solidness. In leagues where everyone is hoping to not get farged by their tight end, listen to this, boys. Listen to this. Evan Ingram, I took a shot on him. Injury and availability is always a thing, right? But I knew that Doug Peterson was the tight end whisperer. That's what they called him. When you're calling a dude the tight end whisperer, that's big. Ingram, let's see. Look at the targets from the whole year. Ready? Targets 5, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 7. Oh my goodness. Cody, what's up, Cody? Cody, you know what? I am. So real quick, I'm talking about Evan Ingram. Now I'm going to get to you on that comeback victory, man. I'm still hurting from that comeback victory. I'm on the ropes in my league. I can't even lose another one. I got to go on a super run. Damn. So while I got you, Cody, in our league, right? You put up 87 points on me. I was up 79 points going into Sunday night in our matchup a couple weeks ago. You put up 87 points with Hurts, Goddard, and who was your other guy? AJ Brown, right? Oh my goodness. Wow. So finishing my team that I feel confident with, in my flex, I got Thielen and Kincaid, who played already and gave me a 17-5. But here's another thing. This is why I feel confident. Adam Thielen. I didn't even have Adam Thielen. I wanted him in the summer, kind of, but then I noticed like people were saying he was going to be shit. I kind of agreed with the notion. I seconded that notion because you're thinking, all right, he was falling off last year numbers-wise in Minnesota. Now he's going with the rookie quarterback in Carolina. And then I thought of Jordy Nelson when he was done with the Packers 10 years ago. He went to the Raiders to die, like fantasy-wise. So I was like, oh, that's going to be Thielen. Didn't happen. Ready for this? Thielen. Let's count his last 5 games. Targets, 9, 14, 8, 13, 13. Man. Thielen catches last 5 games. 7, 11, 7, 11, 11. Shit. Damn. Wow. Adam Thielen's putting up baller numbers, leading receiver type numbers. Speaking of leading receivers, another one for the opening. Tyreek Hill needs 98 yards to hit 1,000 today. That's pretty impressive. Where should we go first? I'm waiting for a couple usual suspect gamblers. Then we're going to sign into FanDuel, and we're going to look at what we like for today. Eagle skin. So if anybody's listening here, I'd like to take a poll. Like if anybody has an answer. Eagles play the Skins today. Eagles Commanders. Do I start Devontae Smith or Terry McLaurin? I'm directly looking at that game, and I can't make up my mind. The scared version of me wants to start Devontae Smith. The ballsy version of me wants to sit him and start McLaurin because of what's been going on. I need to know, guys. Hey, Ma! There she is. There's the goat. What's up, Ma? Oh, wow, Ma. Hey, Ma. You know what, Ma? I gotta really give you credit. You might have made fantasy history in our league. Hey guys, ready for this one? Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what, Cody? Are you just saying that because you're an Eagle fan? Don't screw me over, Cody. I'm not even playing you. I'm playing my cousin Jonathan. Really, Cody, I'm serious. Like, try to help me win. Really? Would you start McLaurin? I'm getting a bad vibe with Smith now. Do I love Smith as a player? Yes. That's why I'm so farged up over this. And where's the leprechaun? Now that I'm thinking about it, where is this son of a bitch? How long does it take you to eat a sandwich, Mel? Oh, man. What do you think, Cody? I'm hanging on your words here because I'm really confused. This is where I need the input from my buddies. Ma, ready for this, guys? Whoever's in here, check this out. My mother, I've been playing fantasy 20 years. I don't think I've seen anyone do what she did this week. It's a current situation. Let's stay on this. My mother started 3 tight ends. 3 tight ends in the league that she's trying to take all the shot all. Mama NOOCH, 3 tight ends. Ready for the 3 tight ends she's got? Kelsey. Then she drafted Hawkinson somewhere later when she didn't want a Scotto receiver. She went Hawkinson, smart. And then this week, Kincaid on the waivers. Woo! So she saw me. I took Kincaid in the JFFL, and I got him in Carmelo's league, and I started Kincaid. So she's like, well, do I sit Hawkinson or Kelsey? I was like, well, I wouldn't sit one of them. She's like, well, I can't start 3 tight ends. I was like, yeah. And then she's like, wait, why can't I? I was like, you're right. And then, guys, if you look at the tight ends nowadays, I watched, okay, here's the center. Here's where the wide receivers are here, right? And the tight ends somewhere in here. I saw Kincaid lined up, not in the slot, out wide. They had Kincaid the other night for Buffalo lined up at tight end. However, his hand was never in the dirt. Kincaid was at tight end, but split out as the third receiver all the time. That shows me it's new school tight end. Then the times he wasn't the third receiver, he was the first receiver. They had Dalton Kincaid lined up as wide receiver, not even slot or tight end, wide receiver a couple times. On top of it, keep it rolling, NOOCH. When they failed. The first touchdown they tried to get him, shovel pass. He was coming in motion, run. So they trust him to catch. They trust him to run. He made one of the best catches I've seen. I'm very excited about Dalton Kincaid. The only person I'm more excited about, because Kincaid already gave me 17-5. And Mob, good job. Mel, did you hear this? Hey, Johnny boy. Hey, Mel, my mother started 3 tight ends. Kelsey, Hawkinson, Kincaid. I think she's got to stay with all 3 of them the rest of the way. But the only thing that got me more excited than Lamar, I let it out of the bag. I'm excited about Lamar even more than Kincaid. Guess who leads the NFL in completion percentage this year? Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, boys. And you know what? There's major fantasy mistakes going on all over the place. You ready for this, Cody? I'm in a league, the JFFL, me and all my lifeguard friends. They don't believe in quarterbacks. Buys are coming up. They all got one. I'm playing defense. I'm playing defense on these suckers. I'm playing defense. I got 3 quarterbacks on my roster. I got Lamar. Trevor's my backup. He's never going anywhere. I'm sticking with 2 thoroughbreds because if the team is going for a championship, I'll be damned if I'm going with fucking Dobbs. And that's what they're going to be calling knobs next week. My opponent in fantasy in the Surfers League, he's got both quarterbacks on buys next week. Ooh, he actually has 2, but NOOCH peeked ahead, and they're both on buys. So I picked up CJ Stroud. How you doing? You got to play a little defense. That's called gamesmanship, guys. That's called gamesmanship. In fantasy, don't ever think you're out. I've seen guys start 0-5, never lose again. Did you hear that? 0-5, never lose again. It's crazy. So if you have a team that's not in last, so basically what I'm saying, if you're not me, you should still be hoping for a championship. Now, me, I'm in fucking trouble. I just have to let off that F-bomb thinking about my own team. I'm in trouble. I got an Alabama shirt on my abs. Should say Alabama. It's so fucking low. I can't catch a break lately. Johnny the Cooler. Johnny the fucking Cooler, they call me. I'm cold. Mucho frio Nucci, they call me. They call me Nucho Frio. Oh, Nucho Frio. Oh, goodness. Wow, I just nicknamed myself. I am so cold, John, that I need a blanket. That's how fucking cold I am betting. Every week, I feel like I'm going through the battlefields of war, so to speak, figuratively speaking. And every week, I almost get through to the other side until I step on that one landmine that blows me up. Son of a bitch. It's been going on like that for all season so far. I can't get all the way through. That's what's bothering me. Now, where is C Rich and those young genius numbers crunchers? We need a couple of those in here. Identify yourself. Hey, Ma. So let's hear it. Ma, you know what? Screw these guys. We got to win my league. The NOOCH FFL. You got to, gee, my account has been hacked. Is that true? What? Oh, God. I don't like this shit. I need T-Rich later. It says something about a hack in the Gmail. I don't give a shit, really, but whatever. So, Ma, we need to win this money in my league. You got to take that first place prize, Ma. You got to represent in case I don't make it all the way to the playoffs. You got to represent, Ma. You better be listening. Don't let us down. Don't let us down. Who are you playing today? Let's take a look in the NOOCH FFL. Let's see. Mama NOOCH. Oh, she's ahead already because she had Kincaid. That's right. Who the hell is she playing? Let's see. The NOOCH FFL. That's got a ring to it, doesn't it? Wow. Oh, you guys are playing each other. That was where you're a little sportsmanship going on. Oh, nice. All right. Wow, that's going to be a tough one. You guys are projected to have like the same score. Cody's got the Eagles connection. Ma, it's good to know your opponents. ATN, double-digit touchdowns in a couple games in a row. Hurts and Brown and Thielen. Ooh, Ma, he's got Brown and Thielen. Every 10, 12-man league are different combination. It's like the lottery. I haven't seen a team with Brown and Thielen since myself. Good job, Cody. I got Brown and Thielen in the JFFL, T. Rich's league, the guy that helps me so much over here. Yeah, my buddy T. Rich. I got Brown and Thielen. Wow, Brown and Thielen looks tough, doesn't it? So tough. It's going to be hard to beat Cody today, Ma. I got to be full disclosure. Let's see. What can Mama NOOCH do? All right, she's projected that. All right, Mahomes. Let's go. Let's spotlight matchup of the week. We got Mama NOOCH versus Cody. Now, Mama NOOCH is 3-4. Cody's 3-4. Both looking for that playoff berth halfway through the fantasy season. Fantasy season 14. We're at 7. All right. Mom's has Mahomes. Cody has Hurts. All right. Mahomes is the best, so you got to give him the edge there. Mostert and Mixon, ATN and Madison. Well, Mostert's leading the thing in touchdowns, so she should be dangerous. But ATN's hot. ATN's on fire. Her receivers right now are Collins and Lockett. That's where you could be not mucho frio, but lukewarm. Tyler Lockett's been a little bit of underwhelming lately. I hope he plays good for you. Nico Collins, I'd go with him too. Cody's got Brown and Thielen. Mom, duck for cover. That's going to be the hard matchup right there. Brown and Thielen against Collins and Lockett. Oh, okay. Then you got Hawkinson. She's got Goddard. She's got Hawkinson. Cody's got Goddard. Okay, you got to go with Hawkinson. And in her flex, Kelsey and Kincaid, the double tight end flex. Look at my mom stepping out. Has anyone ever rolled with a double tight end flex? Not even the tight end. Double tight end flex. Wow. That's amazing. So we'll see. That's going to be a tight matchup. Who's Darlene got? Who do you got, Darlene? Hey, who do you have this week? Let's see. Battle. Oh, the female bowl. Lisa, who's playing as like my uncle's Uncle Teddy's GM, cousin Lisa, is playing Darlene. Wow, look at that. Lisa and Darlene today. And you guys are both 3-4. How come I'm the only one that's way below everybody else? Hey, it's me, guys. Hey, I'm the expert. Hey. Oh, shit. Damn. What else do we have? Worried about Kelsey. Taylor Swift's not at the game? Should I DM her? You know I will. Lamar 76. Hey, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start looking at some bets because I started later today, which is good. Well, I don't have to start doing the bets. I'm gonna look at a few more matchups. Hey, Mel. Where are you, Mel? What do we got? How is that guy 6-1 in our league? Who's tearing it up for him? Okay, boys, let's look at these FanDuel spreads. I'm going to read these spreads. I wanted to get everybody in, a couple people in here. Here we go, boys. I'm going to go over the FanDuel. Got a nice little piece of paper. You got to get a piece of paper. Where's Richie? Hey, Richie, it's the 80th year that we've been doing this channel. When are you going to realize that we're on, Rich? Get in here, Rich. Richie comes in at 12:30 like, hey, you're on? Rich! Holy shit, Richie, get in here. He'll pop in another hour. Like, fuck, man, I missed you again. All right. And you know what? It must be guys named Rich. Because I got another guy, my friend, lifelong friend, Ricky from Texas. He's an hour different, and he can't get the hour adjusted. He comes in a little late. Like, oh, well, I'm an hour different. All right, Ricky. Ice cream cone. Oh shit! All right, here we go. FanDuel. Where's my? Oh, I thought it disappeared. Mel, you were funny the other day. We were doing those basketball pronunciations. We were talking about the basketball games, and you started getting like a St. Louis accent mid-bet. You were like, I like Rudy Gobert. It's Rudy Gobert, Mel. When did he become Rudy Gobert? I like Rudy Gobert. RJ Barrett. What? RJ who? Barrett. What, Mel? Mel, you're nuts, Mel. You are nuts. You need to call me. Call me, Mel. Let's go a little call-in for a minute. And I'm looking at these lines now. Hey, AJ Brown. Man, okay, Cooper Kupp. We're going to start identifying. Now, here's what we're going to do, guys. Here's what I want to do for today. I have an idea. I don't want to be right on 60% of the shit and not win money. So I want to look at all these games. In FanDuel, you get the same game parlay feature. I want to identify guys that are set where we think we could get them. And then even if we could bump their number up a little bit, we're going to do that. And we're going to put about 6 or 7 of them in a round robin. Same game parlay, round robin, so they could just ping each other. Now, I'm going to give you an example of exactly what I mean. You know, I'm decent at explaining myself. All right. I'm going to pick a game. So give me one game. We're going to dive into it. I'm going to write the first one down. Let's work together a little bit. Now I'm going to write down 11, 12 of them. I'm going to circle 6 or 7 at the end, and those are going to go in a round robin parlay. So, you know what? Let me just make sure C-Rich is coming in here too, because I know he's going to look. We're going to identify a couple right now. Just give me 1 second. Same game parlay. All right, boys. Mel, and our dollar parlay for $8 million didn't hit last week. You owe me $1. Oh. I said that to you on the phone last week. You're like, yeah, I know. No, he starts answering me like I wanted the $1. Oh, T-Rich, where'd you come from? Hey, what's up, buddy? Pleasant surprise here. Nice. Wow, that was perfect timing. I just did about half an hour of like monologue, talking with everybody. Couple fantasy starts hits. Thomas came in, Cody, Mel. Mama Nooch is making fantasy history today. I'm just giving you the rundown. Starting 3 tight ends today, making history. And guys, you want to hear the kicker? Just because T-Rich is in here, I got to give him some credit. Then we're going to go over our same game parlays. In T-Rich's fantasy football league, I have this feeling, like I feel like I know when I'm going to win or lose. Sometimes I look at my team and I look at the guy I'm playing and I'll go, oh, shit, how am I going to win today? I'll look at his guys that are always going off. The last 5 weeks since Ryan Patterson beat me by 0.06 of a point, I have not lost. I'm undefeated in October. Today is the fifth Sunday in October for those who aren't keeping track. I feel like when I looked at I'm playing T-Rich today. And when I looked at my squad and his, it was the first time in 5-6 weeks that I said, oh, shit, how am I going to win today? T-Rich hit on his drafting so well this year in his league that it's going to be a tough one today. Now, here's why I think that you did a trifecta of perfect drafting, and here's why. You had a high draft pick for your first round. You did not go for Jamar Chase. You took Tyreek Hill. That's the first bingo. You took Tyreek Hill. Part two, right away. You identified this year's star that wasn't a star yet, and he happened to be a receiver, the best one, Puka. So right off the bat, you have the best receiving duo, Puka and Tyreek Hill. That's tough. And then the icing on the cake is anybody who was patient to wait for the 3-game suspension of Kamara got the best fantasy football back as far as just gobbling up numbers in the whole league. The guy is just he's like the human joystick. He's unbelievable. So the fact that you got Hill, Puka, and Kamara, that 3 to start is unbelievable. Holy shit. Oh man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So T Rich, good luck to you today. We will see. We got in that league, I've never seen a league where 2 through 7, the first round bye, and the person missing the playoffs both have the same record today. Right now, T Rich is 4-3 and sitting at number 2 and would have a bye. And Ryan Patterson is 4-3, sitting at number 7 out of the playoffs. That's pretty crazy. Whoa. Why? What did she do, T Rich? What's the matter? What did you do? Jets and Giants today, Mel. You know what, Mel? It's a dreary day in Jersey. Crummy day. We're gonna have, guys, we gotta look at weather too. We have rain all over the East Coast. We have 20-something degree weather in the Denver game against KC. We got to be careful. Let's look at some same game parlays. Okay, guys, remember what I said. To start off, I want to get 6, 7, 8 of like player props that we like, and I'll adjust them up. Like, say a guy is set at 50 yards receiving, but we think he could he can get 70 yards receiving, and 70 yards receiving is plus 200, plus 300. We take that. That's one. Bang. We hold them there. At the end, we do our 8. I'll put them in a round robin for the potential to win whatever it says when it computes it for you. Thank God, too, because that round robin shit's hard to find. But I know, here's the common sense. I don't want to pick 5 or 6 out of 8 and end up on fucking goose eggs. What's up, buddy? What's up?
Hey, Nick, you know what? I can't hear you when you're talking because my Wi-Fi sucks right now.
Really?
And you were talking about, I'm driving back.
Oh.
And you're talking about my team, and I just couldn't hear you, so I figured I'd call you so you could say it to my face.
Oh, shit. You know, T-Rich, I don't know if I believe you on the Wi-Fi, but I'll tell you anyway. I'll tell you. I got that feeling when, you know when Ryan pulled that lucky win out of his ass and beat me by 0.06 of a point 5 weeks ago? Yeah. I have not looked across, like, I'll be honest. Sometimes I look at my roster during a bad season or something, or like maybe my own league right now in the family league where it's not going right, and I say, "Oh my God, how am I going to win today?" In your league, I look at my matchup each week, and I say, "Man, my team is rolling. I feel like I'm going to keep rolling," and I felt confident. And sometimes I get all excited. You know when I jump off the bridge and I get overly excited, how I am right now. But this morning, when I woke up and I looked at my roster and I got A.J. Brown, I got Lamar, I got a hell of a team. I looked at your roster and you really did well drafting this year, T. Rich. I had that feeling like, oh man, how am I gonna beat this team? I'm gonna need a little luck because your team is one of the only teams, like, on average, is a little hotter than mine right now.
Here's how I'll say you're gonna beat me.
All right, let's hear it.
You're going to beat me if Bill Belichick dials up everything against Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah.
And if Josh Jacobs puts up enough stinker, you'll beat me.
Oh, wow. Belichick is – good stuff, T-Rich. Good stuff. Belichick is – I forgot. Okay. You know what? I need to see windows for the other outcome. You always have to look at that. Okay, so, wow. Belichick is the guy calling the defense against Tyreek today. And I think once before, Belichick did a really good job on him already.
Oh, keeping him at home?
Yeah, like I don't know if it was last time they played or 2 times ago, but I remember hearing that, like that Belichick did a good job at least taking Tyreek Hill out. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, I mean, that's his thing. He dials up everything against the number one, the biggest
Right.
threats.
Right.
I mean, I could see Tyreek Hill being a little shrunk this week because of that.
And I'm guessing maybe with you owning Puka, maybe since Cooper Kupp had such a low game last week, maybe they'll force feed Cooper Kupp. I'm hoping. I don't know.
That's another thing that could feed into it. I'm just happy that Mike Evans put up a 12 in his stud game because he played a terrible game and he still put up 12, and he doesn't do that too often. So I'm going to count that as one of his bad games.
Yeah. You know what? Like, yeah, for the way like that game actually went, for him to get up into that 12, that was a good floor game for him, because he didn't play his normal like tear shit up game. So that was a nice floor game.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I got a question for you. My eyes keep going to the Rams and Cowboys game. We kind of know that the Rams are not a shitty team, really. Like, I feel like I have a little bit of confidence in them. And Dallas is always a letdown team. They're 6.5-point favorite today. Is that Ram game teaser worthy?
I was looking at it all day too, and I keep on getting stuck on Dallas's defense.
Yeah, right. It could be tough. Right. Oh, man.
Dallas has a great defense, but like, do the Rams like?
Right. I just feel like the difference that I see with the Rams a little bit is like those receivers, they win routes. Like even against the zone, they find space so well. Like maybe they'll be able to make those big plays to keep the chains moving. I wouldn't mind taking the Rams in a 2-team 6-point teaser where we're receiving 12.5 points. That's not bad.
Let me take a side note real quick.
What?
The NFL.
What's that?
How about Shedeur Sanders getting kicked out of the game last night?
Oh, Shiloh, the defensive back. Yeah. That was ridiculous. That was a terrible call. Terrible call.
Terrible call, and that killed the game.
And he didn't even lead with his helmet. His head was on the side.
Yeah, man, that was bad. I was pretty pissed because I had money on Colorado, and once that happened, it was over. I turned it off.
You know what I just thought you were gonna definitely say? If I was betting, I would have just lost. I thought you were gonna say real quick about the Francis Ngannou Tyson Fury robbery last night. Oh my.
Another robbery, but that was in football related.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do a whole video on that later. I didn't want to do a quick one last night because I'm gonna do about a 10-minute piece on that because, like, you know, these MMA guys, they're so narcissistic. Like, bro, you don't get fucking credit for getting in the ring with Francis. Like, there's a reason every other guy failed. Like Francis Ngannou he showed me something. I was so impressed by him. I'm gonna keep it here because I want to get back to football, but. That was you're right, T Rich. That might have been the biggest performance in boxing that I've seen in 20, 30 years, considering the way it was all set up, you know?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Back to football, I got 5 teams, I think, today. Who were they? They were Jags, 49ers, Dolphins, Eagles, and who was that man's favorite I liked?
It was a good team. I remember writing it down upstairs. It was like Miami, right?
The
Chiefs. It's gonna be frosty. It's gonna be fargin' frosty out there. 27. Yeah.
Don't worry about Travis. He'll be fine.
Yeah, we gotta. I'm worried about that. Yeah, we should be okay. Yeah, they do get open all the time. I'm looking to see the other game. Hey, do you trust the Bengals Cowboys game? Darlene's a Cowboy fan. That's a good game today. I'm not the Bengals Niners.
I like the Niners. I think they're gonna bounce back to 2 losses in a row.
Yeah, right. That could be a nice teaser friendly game. Just bump them into the positive. Niners plus points and just let them win.
Yeah, I mean they're going to go on an 0-3 skid. That's kind of nuts. Right?
Hey, watch Joe Burrow come out unconscious today. We'll be like, oh shit.
He could, but I mean, to is Jamar Chase because T. Higgins isn't catching anything.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. That's why like Boyd is still valuable right now because T. Higgins has disappeared. I don't know what's going on, but he's having a rough time out there. But like on the opposite end of them, do you know Jacksonville is leading the NFL in scoring over the last month? 30 points per game last 4 weeks.
Then why in the world are they -1 against the Steelers?
That's what I was just thinking because you just said Jacksonville. So as we were talking, I went into that game, and that's the first thing I'm reading, that they're the highest scoring team in the NFL over the last 4 weeks. Wow.
We hammered Jacksonville.
And Jacksonville's finally playing in a 1 o'clock slot. They were in London for 2 weeks. Jacksonville has had so much adversity that they might come on harder than everybody. I like Jacksonville this year.
Oh, man. Yeah, I like Jacksonville a lot. They're going to be in my parlay.
Hey, I want to make a player comparison right now, and I want you to tell me what you think. You ready? And it's a serious one about 2 young quarterbacks, and I think I'm drawing a negative conclusion about one of them. I'm starting to think that Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert are on 2 completely different tiers. I don't like what I've seen from Herbert lately, and it made me pose the question to myself, are these young quarterbacks not as good as we're giving them credit for because maybe they just come into the league uber more prepared, that they're so much more advanced when they come in as rookies? We're seeing almost their peak as a rookie. Like we saw Justin Herbert as a rookie tear up the NFL, and he's not playing well 3 years later. However, Peyton Manning stunk his first year in the NFL and was the greatest quarterback in the league in 3 years. Is it just that they're coming in at a different level?
You're going to have to give me a different player because I can tell you what, and you'll even agree with me right now, you can't pick Herbert. You can't pick Herbert. You're not allowed to pick Herbert.
Why? Because he's a little hurt, you think?
The coach, he stinks. He's not dialing up the right plays for this guy.
You're right. You know what? A coach is so important. They got to get rid of Staley. That's his name, Staley, right?
Yeah.
They got to get rid of that guy.
Herbert played great. What, without him his first year? Come on.
And they got a first-round draft pick that's not even playing. Quentin Johnston. Jarrett. Kirk. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you know what? They're not even playing Quentin Johnston. Like, imagine being the GM and you drafted that guy with the 13 overall pick, and he's not even in the packages. Like, Dalton Kincaid played more wide receiver than Quentin Johnston just the other night in the whole year. That's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, I love me some Kirk. The Jarrett came in the chat and put Kirk in. That's like that. Christian Kirk was my favorite receiver that like wasn't popular yet a few years ago. I'm glad he's doing well in Jacksonville. I love Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk's good, dude.
Yeah. I really so far, T Rich, I'm really leaning on that Rams game to be my pivot game with everything. I might take the Rams plus the 6.5. I like that team right now, and I'm not crazy about Dallas. I like the Rams on a teaser, and then we go Niners, right? Niners or Bengals bump up? Ooh, that's tough.
What about Jacksonville?
Yeah, you know what? I like the Jacksonville game for the other leg of the teaser better, right? So we'll go Rams plus 12.5. 2-team teaser, Jarrett. Rams plus 12.5. And then where is Jacksonville? It would be plus 4.5. Because they're minus 2.5, so plus 4. I like that. We're getting more than a field goal because those games are always come down to field goals anyway, even if they lose.
Sure.
All right, I like that. Here's what I need. The NOOCH homework assignment for the crew. Here's what I want. Everybody who's listening and who could look at a board, I would like to identify 6 to 7 player props of where guys are set at, mark them down, all in the plus 200 range, and round robin them off. Is there any? Hey, what about Josh Downs? I'm going to look for my boy Josh Downs right away. Tell me if you're – oh, Kamara's in that game, T-Rich. He's unstoppable. Kamara's in that game.
I think we should look at there was one bet that I liked. to lead their game in receiving.
Oh, you always remind me that. Who is it?
In the Houston Texans and Panthers game.
Okay. Oh, that's a fun one. That's a fun game for receivers. Ooh, that's fun. It's like a horse race.
I think it's going to be Tank Dell.
Oh, okay. Tank Dell, high ceiling. Tank Dell, 5'10", 160, runs like the wind. That is a nice shot. Where's the odds on it? Where can I? Do they have those odds on FanDuel or no? Game specials?
They probably do, yeah. He's plus 500.
Wow. Okay, so Tank Dell, a man who definitely has big play capability. I'm gonna read you Tank Dell's line. I love that, T-Rich. Here's why I love it. I got him on my team. I'm just gonna read his line real quick a couple times. Tank Dell's a guy who has stepped out on the field this year and given us 7 for 72 and 5 for 145 in a game. Tank Dell's gone off for 5 for 145. So the question of can he do it, we already know the answer is yes. So I like having capable guys for long shots like that.
Isn't that great? I feel like he's got a good chance. His first game back from a concussion that took him out for 2 weeks.
Right. He was coming off a bye, right?
He had a concussion and a bye, yeah.
And whenever a team comes off a bye, they always got a couple new things. The coaches are looking at film of other teams' offenses. Oh, shit, that looks cool. We got to try that. They're on the practice field. Like you might see, I like when teams come off byes.
Yeah, so, I'm taking Tank Dell to lead that game in receiving.
Yeah, I like that. Now, okay, now we got Eagles, Redskins, that divisional game. I'm going to stay off that. Jacksonville, I like. So so far we identified we liked it. I like the Jacksonville game too. Pittsburgh, those are funny teams, right? But I like Jacksonville. Saints, Colts, funny game. You know what? Let me take a peek at Josh Downs because I missed on my sleeper guy last year. Now I'm going back to a shit team, but they're not that bad. Let me see. I don't think anybody could be more erratic than the Giants, so I don't feel that bad with Downs. Huh?
Did you just call the Colts a shit team?
No, I actually recanted it, because I was doubting myself, oh, maybe I should take a guy from a better team because last week with the Giants and Slayton, but then I evaluated it, the Colts don't deserve to be put in that low category with the Giants, right? Yeah, I agree, T-Rich. I agree. Okay, I like this one. Josh Downs is set at 48.5. So I'm gonna put him. Let me see. Oh, reception. No, I gotta go yards with Downs. Alternate receiving yards. Do they have it? Oh, they don't have yards on them yet. Oh, receiving yards. Here we go. Downs receiving yards. 60 yards for. Should I go 60 or 70? T-Rich with Downs.
60.
All right. So Downs, 60 yards, and that is plus 148. Now, Jared, I'm a Deontay Foreman fan. I like Foreman. But you know what? I think that game is not today, right? It is tonight. Bears, Rams. Let's take a peek and see what kind of respect they're giving them, because it all depends on the odds. Let's see here. Same gamer. We got to be careful with the Bears. I don't like Roman with those teams too much. Alternate rushing yards for Foreman, 60 yards is plus 154. Oh man, I kind of like that. Hey, Jared, I like that. I'm a Foreman fan. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put down Foreman in that. I agree with that. That's a good shot. Deontay Foreman went crazy. How much did he have last week? Or was that the week before?
He had 33 fantasy points.
Last week?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You know what? I noticed Foreman when Henry hurt his foot the first time and he was running nice. And I like Foreman. We're gonna go with that too. So I got Downs for 60 yards at plus 148. And then we'll go Foreman. What should we set Foreman at, Jarrett? Now look, 60 yards is plus 154, 70 is plus 225, 80 is plus 320. So the odds keep going up. Where should we set Foreman? We're going to put him in the stew. You know what? I forgot to hit Downs. Let me just put my Downs bet in and let me know what we like with Foreman. You know what?
talking myself into playing Tank Dell over Josh Jacobs.
You know what? I feel like unless Josh Jacobs gets in that end zone twice, I think the ceiling is higher for Dell. Like, unless Jacobs is getting in that end zone, Dell could go for a high number. I don't know. That's tough, man. That's tough. But I feel like you could maybe like get a disappearing act and not really be sure what's going on from Take Dell. I think Jacobs will give you 12 to 14 for breakfast. You know what I mean?
We've got 2 picks in our league bet so far.
Oh, what do we got?
Devonta Smith over 52.5 receiving yards. Can you believe this guy?
Wow. Oh, wow. He's going. Whose decision was it to go with the freeziest guy in the league?
McGritty.
Oh, wow. The confidence. You know what? I love Devonta Smith as a player. That's why I can't figure out what is going on. I feel like there might be an undisclosed that my brain is going to that, T-Rich, like undisclosed injury, something like that. You know what? I'm not a guy to go against a little fun Mega Million here. So I'm going to write that down so I know what to put in.
And then the next one is Marquise Brown over 4.5 receptions.
Oh, I like that one. Revenge game. Over how much?
4.5.
4.5 receptions. Like
he's gotten 4 catches in the past 3 games, and every other game he's been over. He needs to get over.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, and you know what? They're not going to stop going to him. They have to go to him. And just like we said with Thielen, the coaches for Arizona, they also know that Hollywood Brown used to play on the Ravens. You can bet that he'll have 10 targets today. I wish we could bet on his targets.
I heard Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show talk about how when he has receivers play the revenge game, he does target them more.
Yeah, that I believe that. That's psychology. That's human psychology. Like I really believe that. I'm not just like blowing hot air when I fool around and I say stuff like that. I honestly believe that. Like it's the human element. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, do we look at Marquise Brown for an anytime?
Why not? You know what? Marquise Brown also has the capabilities to have himself a day. So that's a guy I might look to just bump up a little bit exaggerated, like Marquise Brown. Oh, wow, they got him high. He's only plus 194 at 70 yards. So let's see what his receptions are, because me and you, we both just noted how many targets he gets. So let's see, receptions. 5 receptions is even money. You know what? He's got to get his percentage up if you're going to win that bet, right? Well, 5 out of 10 targets, you win your bet at even money. That's not a high ratio. It's like regular. We see guys get 8 for 8.
I think he gets it. He's gotten 4 in the past 3 games.
That means he's due to get over that hump.
Exactly.
All right. You know what? I really like that one. I'm not going to get too cocky, but I like it. All right, I'm writing that down. Marquise Brown. We're going to go 5 receptions at the plus 102 because I don't even need to win $1 million. I just don't want to lose. So I got Josh Downs for 60, Foreman for 60, and I got the little 2 touchdowns in parentheses with Foreman on the side for what you like, Jared. But I'm not doing that in the round robin, but I do have it written down for a little fun one. So Downs for 60, Foreman for 60, Marquise Brown. All right. Now, Jets Giants. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? I think I know better than to go near that game.
Yeah. What are you gonna bet against the Giants?
Oh man. You know what? I got Breece Hall. Against you in fantasy, so I got to root for Breece. It's not like it was the old days, like in the old days. Like I'd like to see the Giants win, but I'm going to be rooting for Breece Hall. Isn't that weird? Well, it's probably not weird for you.
Breece is a beast.
But it's weird for me because, like, my father would faint if we were ever together watching, and I was screaming. Like, if Breece Hall breaks a run today, I will be rooting, like smacking the floor for him to go all the way. Like, that is crazy. Like, if I would have told myself that 10 years ago even, like, it didn't happen like that overnight. Like, I used to feel guilty, like, if I had to, like, I used to not draft guys that played against the Giants too much.
Yeah, you can't blame yourself.
Yeah, well, now I just want to win. I'll draft anybody. That's why I got Tony Pollard, keeper.
Tony P.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make about 8 or 9 go into this, and then later I want to go on tonight and go under Streamlabs. I just had a mental hiccup before. You got to help me just go in to get that image tonight, please.
Oh man, these cats don't want to hear about this.
Oh, all right. So listen. So now here's what I'm looking at. We both know. Okay, here's a stinker, but it's common sense. Arizona. Look how tough they play teams when they're home. What do we know about East Coast teams that go across the country? Don't you think a road team at -9.5? Baltimore doesn't really. They blew out Detroit. Yes, that's why the spread is so high. But usually Baltimore wins ugly games, even against bad teams. What do you think about that?
I think they just beat the Lions pretty good.
I know. When do you ever see a team in the NFL win by a blowout twice in a row? I don't know. I'm so mixed up. Oh. What do you think, T-Rich? You don't like that game, huh?
I don't really like that game. I don't know. Let me get some of my last minute bets on. I'll be listening to the rest of your show here.
Sounds good. And good luck today. In our fantasy matchup.
May the best man win.
All right, T-Rich. Later. All right, boys. So, hey, Jared, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's check it out. Deontay Foreman, two TDs. And then I'm going to go down the list of games, and I'm going to try to see where the weak spot is, see who's projected where. I'm going to go down the line right now. Philly, Washington, -7. I don't like that game. We're going to go down every game now because it's time. It's the witching hour. 11:58 on. I just made that up right now. So we're going to go down each game. Philly -7 on the road, Washington. I don't like laying big points in division on the road. It's kind of like I was taught to not do that. So it's hard for me. Let's see. I don't like stats in rainy games. I'm not going by any stats in this game. We got weather. We got weather implications here, boys. Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. George Pickens has been coming on. Kirk Ridley has been doing nothing. What's he set at? Ridley at 60 yards is +116. Ridley is undervalued today because he's stunk. So that's one question. Do we take a shot on Calvin Ridley? Because I can't believe we're looking at Calvin Ridley at 100 yards for Calvin Ridley today is +450. Calvin Ridley could have 2 catches for 150 yards. He's so fucking fast. Excuse my language. That's value. Calvin Ridley for $125 is +920. Mel, are you there? We're never gonna get value like that with a guy faster ever. This is the fastest guy in the NFL at these odds, and he's not a bad receiver. He hasn't been playing as good as Christian Kirk. Let's be honest. Christian Kirk looks like he's morphing into the real one in Jacksonville. That's a hot take for you. Have you ever heard anyone say that yet this year? I'm starting to believe that. Christian Kirk might be the number one. Yeah. So I'm going to put Calvin Ridley today in my NOOCH round robin because I got to put something in there that's going to pop off the numbers. If Ridley, you know what? If he's going to get 80, he's going to get 100. That's how I feel today. Ridley for 100. Fuck it. Excuse me the language. Ridley, I don't like to curse too much. Okay, Ridley for 100. 100 plus +450. Now that's going to really set off the odds. Yeah, let me just get these positions so at the end I can just put it in. Downs. Josh Downs receiving yards. We're going to put Downs I'm putting Downs at 80. That's +310. Downs at 80 +310. Okay. Hollywood Brown's going to he's going to go over today too. I know it, guys. He's playing his old team. They've been relying on him heavy out there. He hasn't been a great producer, but he's getting heavy volume, guys, heavy. So Marquise Brown over 60 yards. We'll take it easy with him. Marquise Brown over 60 yards plus 128. That's my final thing with him. I did the receptions already, T Rich, the 5. I did that on its own. I liked it so much. Marquise Brown 60 plus 128. We're going to do about 7 or 8 and put them in a Robin. So far we got 3. Ridley plus 100 yards, Josh Downs plus 80, Marquise Brown plus 60. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to dive into the Jacksonville game. I just went in there. I don't want to go too much one game. Houston, Carolina. We talked about Tank Dell. Let's see where Tank Dell is, guys, because we know Thielen is going to be. He's going to have to have 80 yards for you to get even money. Let's see where Tank Dell is. Tank Dell for 80 yards is plus 310. That's the value. That's the burner. Tank Dell could get 80 yards and 2 catches. So I'm going to take the shot there. Tank Dell, 80 plus yards, plus 310. That is a beautiful one to throw in the round robin. This is going to be a high paying round robin. That's why if we get 6, 7 of these and we throw them in, we all write them down and we see for the day. Hey, what's up, Sheldon? Let's see. Mixon. Oh, that's hard. Hey, Sheldon. My mother has the same exact 2 guys, and she's figuring who to go with. All right, here's the thing. Mixon probably has the higher floor. If you're trying to definitely get 12, Mixon. But Tank Dell has the higher ceiling. If you're hoping for a 30, I feel like the better chance to get it is Dell. So that's our problem. Fuck. Oh, that's tough. Okay. Here's what we got to look at. How's the team you're playing? Are they super strong? Or are you just trying not to fuck your team up? Excuse my language. Are you just trying to keep a nice solid, decent score and hope and saying, oh, he's not that good. I just can't do terrible. Are you trying to win big or not beat yourself? The safer play is Mixon. The cojones play of the day is Dell. And we like Dell today. Our bettors and everything. We like Dell. I just went with Tank Dell 80 plus yards because it's plus 310. It's a hell of a payout. So here that's my answer. I don't answer traditionally because I'm not a liar. That's why it's hard to get bored on here because everything's honest and back and forth. There's no ego. You know what I'm saying? So depends how much you're looking for. It depends what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? I hope that helped. We'll revisit it if you can't decide. But neighborhood picks, like, subscribe, share, hit that like button, share it. Tell people that we're doing fantasy start sits and spreads in here. Let them know because I stay on for a while, hour and a half, then I go off. But we're going to go back in and out today, probably later tonight. All right. Okay. Texans, Carolina. We just hit the Tank Dell on that one. Rams, Cowboys. Cooper Kupp, 2 catches last week. Man, that's tough. You know what? I like the Rams in that game as a teaser. I'm not going to go into that game. Falcons, Tennessee, the injury bowl. Bijan Robinson didn't play last week. I don't hear a lot, and Tannehill's not playing. Henry's been weird this year as far as production-wise. He's getting a little older. Giants, Jets, the Rain Bowl. We got the Giants, Patriots, New Jersey Patriots offense. We don't know what's going to happen over there. You know, it's like you could take Kendrick Bournes of the world on New England. You could take the Wandells and shit, but these offenses are so weird that I don't feel comfortable going with them. I'd rather take a guy on Jacksonville's offense. I'd rather take a guy on the Niners offense, even though it's hard to identify. Some of these teams are like my stay away teams. Like Patriots guys, stay away. I'm not even starting Ramondre Stevenson. I'm in a 2 quarterback 8-man league. It's like crazy. I'm not starting Ramondre Stevenson. You get like 6 flexes, he's gone. I got Josh Downs in that starting lineup in one of those flexes and Stevenson on the bench. You can't be scared. You can't be scared in fantasy. Like I'm not like when I get scared, I lose. So Stevenson bench, Josh Downs in. How you doing, kid? I like how you've been looking. And every time I fucking look up, Gardner Minshew's hitting you for a 47-yard game. Josh Downs, you're in today. Right? You can't be scared. Can't be scared. Josh Downs. And another thing, like I said before, I'm going to revisit this one more time. I have McLaurin and I have Devontae Smith. They're playing each other today. I'm benching Devontae Smith. Why? Because I don't have time. I don't have time to lose for another 4 weeks. I can't. So sometimes you got to just take from what you see. I don't believe in flip-flopping either, but I don't believe in staying like a statue on shit when information is changing. Patriots, Dolphins. T. Rich brought up a great point. Bill Belichick dials stuff up. So who's been cold in fantasy? Waddle. Waddle's been very cold, guys. Well, not cold, just when you have weapons, that many weapons, you don't need to, be Waddle doesn't need to get the ball all the time. It's going to Mostert. It's going to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is 98 yards from 1,000 right now. Let's just take a peek and see what Waddle's at, because that could go in the par. Waddle for 70 yards is plus 124. 80. I don't see him doing a lot. I'm gonna skip off Waddle. Shane. Sheldon. Okay. Okay. Minnesota. Kirk Cousins. Addison. I was a week off on Hockenson and Addison last week. That's a divisional game. Green Bay. I'll stay away from that. I don't know if anybody likes anything particular. What's going on with Tyler Lockett? I'm a little confused with Seattle right now. Westbrook and Keene, the guy with the hyphen, he played well last week. DK Metcalf, I'm not sure what's going on there. He tells Pete Carroll when he's practicing, when he's not. And Lockett's been a little bit underwhelming. My mother's got Lockett. She's got Mixon on that team. She's got a couple guys. I think I would start Nico Collins before Lockett. I think I would start Mixon if it was a flex before Lockett. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't see a lot of production from Lockett right now. I don't see a lot. I'm nervous with Lockett. Bengals, same thing with T. Higgins. Here's your problem with Cincinnati. Chase is good, great receiver. Boyd catches 9 balls for 27 yards. You're not getting any yards with Boyd. He's solid. He's in the slot. He's a good receiver in real life to move the chains, do his job. But that's what he's doing, his job. He's not going to ever give you A.J. Brown game. The guy who could give you an A.J. Brown game, we thought, was T. Higgins, who's at 38.9 catch percentage this year, worst in the league. So I'm worried about Cincinnati. I'm worried. What do we got, Thomas? What do we got? Hurts. QB, Hurts and Murray. Okay. Well, of course, Hurts right now. Running back, Jones, Mixon, Madison, A-Chain, and Robinson. Oh, I like that. Those are nice players. Well, okay. So I guess you have to start 2. It's hard to not start. You got to start Mixon because it's like every good fantasy team needs like the anchor, like the solid guy. Mixon is just, he's a solid guy. So you start Mixon. A-Chain is not back, right? A-Chain's not back yet. Is he? Shit, is he? Hey, Thomas, is A-Chain? A-Chain's not back, is he? Because I got him on the bench in one of my leagues. I love A-Chain. Thomas. I got dizzy just now. Don't get me excited, Thomas. Thomas, I need to know right now, Thomas. Don't be a waiter with no arms. You're a good sport, Thomas. I like you in here, man. You're a good sport. You're a good sport, Thomas. Salute. Shout out to Thomas. Okay, so here's what we got so far, guys. Does anybody object to these 4? I only need about 3 more. When I say object, I mean, is it so crazy that you got to say, Nooch, don't do that one. You're nuts. Calvin Ridley for 100 yards is plus. That can't be right. Is that plus 450? I just screwed myself up on my first bet. The odds are so high. Wait, let me just recheck my first one because it seems too high. Calvin Ridley for 100 yards. Holy shit, guys. Yeah, I was right. I'm good at finding good odds. All right. Calvin Ridley, 100 yards is plus 450. Am I crazy for that? Should I lower it a little bit? Should I go with it? Thinking about Ridley. Josh Downs for 80 plus 310. Marquise Brown for 60 plus 128. Tank Dell for 80. I need like 2 or 3 more, but they're getting hard because I don't like to bullshit myself. They're not popping out at me. Cleveland Browns, Bengals, guys. I just told you, hey, what could T. Higgins be today? Hey, T. Higgins, where are you? Like, I'm just curious because that's a guy with a lot of talent, man. He's on the board. T. Higgins for 70 yards is plus 210. Should we put an APB out for T. Higgins, guys? If I lose today, I'm not going to be mad. It's my own fault because I'm going with a lot of shit scenarios here. I got Texans, I got Cardinals, but I'm losing anyway. So why stay with only the good teams? When the Niners are getting beat, when the Eagles are losing to the Jets, what do I got to make rules? No. I'm not doing it, Thomas. T. Higgins. This is the fucking kamikaze parlay. I got nothing but guys that are underperforming or in shit situations or on disgusting teams. But hey, it's a dirty job. But somebody's got to do it. Right? Right, Thomas? All right. T. Higgins. We're going to go T. Higgins returns to the league. T. Higgins, welcome back day. T. Higgins for 80 plus yards, plus 310. Wow, NOOCH. You really know how to find them today. Wow. Okay. Ridley, Downs, Marquise Brown, Tank Dell, T. Higgins. I'm just playing odds. You know what today, guys? It's not about players. Like, oh, look how he did. I love when I'm playing numbers and somebody thinks I'm playing the guy. Today I'm playing numbers more because things are not jumping out at me. I'm playing the mismarked numbers. So T. Higgins at $80 at 80 yards. They got it like he can never get 80 yards in his life. Plus 310 is crazy numbers. So let's put him on the board in case he fucking wakes up today. Getting pissed off. Lamar. Okay, Lamar's indoor up in Arizona, but he's on the coast, East Coast team away at 4 o'clock. I never liked that. The Denver game's going to be mucho frio. Oh, that Denver game's going to be cold. The Chiefs are 7 at Denver. And then we got the worst coach in the league, Staley. The Chargers are home. They're 9.5 against the Bears. Oh, man. I don't like these ridiculous teams. I don't like them. So you got to go Mixon, Thomas, right? Mixon. Robinson Jr., he's not going to catch balls, I don't think. He's not going to give you much. The Redskins might score 16 points today if they're lucky. I would go Mixon, and I would go Madison. Now, as far as receivers, you can't go anybody but Diggs and Thielen right now. Diggs is the best. Thielen's the hottest. Tight end, Andrews, of course. Kicker and defense, not bad. That's, you know what? Jarrett, here's the thing. Wow, my mother also has Hopkins. Holy shit. Wow, what a coincidence. I don't know about Hopkins today because of all the years fantasy that I've been playing. It's like, oh man, how can I put this? Like, if I started Hopkins today and he didn't do anything, I would be pissed off at myself because Ryan Tannehill is out. However, in your situation, that's why Dr. NOOCH, put my apron on, whatever you call it, my scrubs. Palmer, he's a part of a shit coaching staff. I don't like that little fish face coach out there. However, I could daydream right now and see number 9 getting a pass. Is he number 9? I got a fucking good recall. I told my friend on the phone the other night, hey, man, I'm going to start Dalton Kincaid, but he never even scored a touchdown. I don't give a shit about what he did yesterday. I'm daydreaming about later. They thought I was crazy. Kincaid tore it up. I think Josh Palmer sees a lot of targets. Is he number 9? I keep seeing a thick guy number 9 catch a ball in my brain. Nothing in front of me. So I would go with Palmer because I could see that shit. Hopkins, that's a good answer. I don't lie, man. I'm being honest. Palmer. Hopkins, because I don't know who his quarterback is. I can't see it. So that's why. You take Snowdell Beckham, Mel, and you put his ass in a snowstorm bare feet. I don't like that motherfucker, Mel. I don't like him. You know what, Mel? I think you should start Odell Beckham today in your own league and mine. Go for it. Go for it, Mel. Shit. Oh man, I can't believe we got a guy 6-1 in our league. I can't believe I got like a Hall of Fame team and I'm 3-4 in your league, Mel. It's gonna be hard for anybody to get past my team if I make those playoffs. You guys better kiss the lucky stars that I'm 3-4 right now. I got Kamara, Barkley, Brees Hall, A-Chain. Shit. I got a tough team. Anthony Richardson went down. It's okay. Rookies are all seasoned vets these days. Hey, that's my question. Is a rookie, do we have to pump the brakes on calling these young quarterbacks as good as we say? Because I saw Herbert play better as a rookie than he's playing right now. So maybe these guys are just ready earlier. Maybe they're just ready earlier, man. I don't know. Guys, hit that like button, subscribe, share, give it a share. Tell people we got we're doing parlays and we're doing fantasy start sits. Hey, what about fantasy start sits here? What do you do if you own a Lockett? I mean, DK, you can't sit DK Metcalf. I'm not sitting DK Metcalf. He's got the highest floor I've ever seen in my life. DK Metcalf's dud of a game is like 13, 14 for years. Championship teams have DK on the roster. It's not always about the home run guy. You need to have your guys that are not your home run guys always be solid. Guys that have that major dip, that's how you lose those weeks where your team doesn't deserve to lose. That's hard. It's hard to do that. Odell Beckham, major dip guy this year. He's not what he used to be. You could have Odell Beckham on your team, but you're going to get a fucking zero, and you could have an awesome team like you do, Mel. You have Bijan, right? You got Tua. You throw Snowdell in there, gives you a goose egg. You lose by 6 or 8. That's the season. So details count. Little details count in fantasy and bets. I'm gonna try to get 1 or 2 more here of the players. I like the Rams today in a teaser. I'm not gonna be afraid to look at that Lions game tomorrow because I need players. Hey, you know what? You just gave me an idea with Palmer. Jarrett, you gave me a good idea with Palmer. Let's see. I'm going to look at Palmer. Palmer anytime, maybe. I could see Palmer anytime. I like Palmer anytime today. Palmer anytime plus 230. We're going to throw Palmer anytime in that round robin parlay. I like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like that one, Jarrett. All right. So, yeah, you know what? This guy's called. Who is that? I don't know that number. So anyway, if I don't know the number, I probably won't answer it, guys. I can't just pick up anyone. Could be a lady. Oh, where are you? Oh, Eagles. Huh? This is start sit. Oh man. Okay. So what do we got? Anytime TDs. We're gonna go do a couple more. Oh, you know what? For start sit, I gotta. Who's hurt? Oh, Beckham. Yeah, you know what? He's damaged goods. He's damaged goods, Mel. He's damaged goods. Okay. So start sits real quick. Couple guys I want to go over. Guys that are hot: Lamar, Brees Hall, Tony Pollard, Brown, Metcalf, Ingram, Thielen, Kincaid. A kicker that's hot. You guys want to pick up a kicker that's hot? He's not projected high, but he's banging field goals at a high rate every week. I never give a kicker, but I'm going to give you a kicker that I picked up a couple weeks ago, and he's been the difference in a couple weeks. Dustin Hopkins, the Cleveland Browns kicker. I would go with Palmer's questionable. Well, there's a couple. Hopkins kicker. If your kicker has been ruining you lately, grab Hopkins. Nobody grabs him, and he's like one of the top. He might be the top kicker in the NFL right now. He's really kicking good. let's see what Palmer is with as far as the question. Sometimes it's like BS questionable tags that aren't really questionable. You know, like how they have like Trevor Lawrence still questionable because he's got that knee from a couple weeks ago. But all right, let's see. Oh, I can find them on the fantasy. That Sleepers app is great. Whenever I need to know what's going on, I go right on that Sleepers app. It gives it to me immediately. I love that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going on with him. I got him anytime. He should be okay. Let's see what it is. Palmer, I got it already. Game time decision Sunday night. Oh, that hurts. He'll be a game time decision. Jesus, hey guys, should we really take a Mega Million before I wrap off this? Because I need a half hour to get all my own stuff in. If Palmer, listen, it's been a disgrace the lack of use for this rookie Quentin Johnson. The Chargers are not beating the brakes off anyone. Eckler's not producing. I mean, Mike Williams is gone. If this guy's a game time decision, what are they waiting for to put Quentin Johnson in the plans? Guys, we got a receiver from the first round in week 8 that has not been used yet. You know what? It's always about next with the bets. I'm already going to do it, guys. Listen, I want to put a disclaimer out. This is not a round robin to like where you need to win. Like, this is a fucking shot of shots. Everything I have here is nice long odds, and I'm putting them all together. So I'm gonna go with this. So we got Ridley for 100 plus 450, Downs for 80 plus 310, Brown for 60 plus 128, Dell for 80 plus 310, Higgins for 80 plus 310. Those are high. Palmer anytime plus 230. All right, and that last one, I'm off. What was that last one I just said I was going to do? That last one, I got to put one more in, and then I'll be content. Check my fantasy. It's tough, man. We got to get somebody consistent here. Here we go. All right, what is the deal? Tyler Boyd. Now, we don't want to touch any more Bengals. We already took a shot on Higgins. Thielen, Ingram, Metcalf. Who could a good guy be that we stick in here? The last guy. McLaurin, Rainey. This is tough. Well, I like Dustin Hopkins as the kicker. We might have to go Hopkins over on the field goals. I'm serious, guys. Cleveland is a perfect team to move it around and stall out. Hopkins is the perfect guy to have right now. I'm telling you. People think I'm crazy, but I saw that a couple weeks ago. He's banging field goals at a high rate. All right. What do we got, Carmelo? Bears. Okay. So the last thing, that's the disclaimer, guys. The last thing I'm going to try, if Palmer doesn't play, the bet won't go in anyway. So I got the Palmer at plus 230, but the real thing is, what's up with this rookie receiver? It's probably going to, let me see, do they even have him anymore? He's not even on the board anymore. Quentin Johnson is not even on the board. Let's see what Quentin Johnson is anytime touchdown. They got to have him on the board. He's only plus 230, really? Wow. They are so confused with what the coaches are doing with Quentin Johnson. They don't even have him listed. Do they have receiving yards listed for Quentin? Nope. They don't even have it, guys. Wow. That's crazy. I don't know, boys. I don't know. So yeah, we got some interesting things here. Fantasy guys that are cold, man. If you're still on Steelers running backs, Warren and Harris, I would probably just chuck them. It's hard. It's hard going with Steelers running backs. It's hard going with Rams running backs. It's hard going with Cardinals running backs. Guys that I like, Kamara, of course. Any Dolphin running back. Of course, McCaffrey going for the record touchdown every game. Brees Hall, I love. Tony Pollard, I love. I don't dislike Tyler Algier as much as everybody says because I'm watching him close. A guy that gets 16, 17 carries every game, you can't put a value on that. You can't put a value on that. That's beautiful. I looked at Warren. They got him way higher ranked. He does nothing compared to Algiers. And everybody looks at Warren like, oh, he's going to be good. Well, I'd rather have Algiers still. So I'm not crazy about those guys. There's a lot of Patriots. Stay away from any Patriot. I don't like any of them. Giants receivers. I love Saquon Barkley, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with. I like Barkley today, of course, but I don't like the receivers on the Giants because it's hard to get a beat on them. Waller's got a hurt hamstring, so I don't know, guys. Oh man, but guys, listen, I'm coming back on. I think I'm coming back on tonight or tomorrow for like a reactions. I might get on after the 4 o'clock games for the pregame of the 8. We'll talk about everything. Let's talk about all the games, see what we see, and then we'll get it going. T Rich, Streamlabs, Nooch, Neighborhood Picks. Like, subscribe, share. Give this a share. If somebody likes Sports Talk Radio and all this shit, give it a share after I wrap it, and tell people to subscribe. All right? I'll see you guys later.